Well, here it comes.
It's that 4-fan roll, yeah, we ride real slow. Texas bass hitting while the Carolina flow. From the whistles to the winds, every tale they record. Adam and Jack hold it down on 4th and Wardle. Southside swing with the coach and Lord. Real life stories, yeah, they back for more. Turn the beat up loud, let the truth restore. You locked in now with the 4th and Wardle.
Jack, I'm gonna put you on game right here. Have you ever had a squirt?
I'm sorry?
You ever
Maybe in
had a squirt?
college.
You ever had a squirt to drink?
No, I don't think so.
So it's the best thing I can compare it to is like Sundrop that we had
Yeah.
in North Carolina growing up. But I've only seen these squirts out here in Texas, but they got a little more grapefruit, but they're pretty good. Not a promo, guys. I bought like a 12-pack of these. I've been hammering them all week.
I'm going to tell you, I've been on a kick lately trying to drink less soda. It's
You're better than me.
And the seltzers, man. And I like just straight up Polar seltzer. And the reason I get Polar is because my fiance is from Massachusetts. Her family, where they live now, is actually the headquarters of Polar. Like their minor league baseball stadium is Polar Park. And like Polar is.
Yeah, I used to drink those all the time. They were at they were like Publix and stuff. Like I would just go and scoop them up. Yeah, wow, that's actually
hammering them though, dude. They're straight out of Worcester, Mass, spelled like Worcester or Worcester.
That's how you pronounce it? Worcester?
It's Worcester.
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 I've seen that name before.
County, I guess, would say it. Yeah, but it's, dude, I'm talking like 8 of these a day.
Yeah, I can do that. I bought my own soda stream at one point in the past before we moved. It did not make
It's not the same, man.
It's not. They can't pump enough carbonation in there.
And like the can's so convenient. I can just like grab and go. I don't have to worry about a bottle. But I'm probably eating a hole in my stomach, cranking like.
No, dude, it's just water.
Yeah, I don't know. The carbonation just feels like eventually might have an issue.
No, I think you're good there, dude.
Staying hydrated.
Well, let's just start off. We got quite a few messages in the chat line, so let's just start off there before we go any further. Guys, don't forget, you can reach out to us, text or voicemail, something like that. If you dial up 469-726-9875, you can save it in your contacts as 4th and Ward, but we've gotten hit up this past week, so I'm going to lead it off here with 314 area code, which is St. Louis, Missouri. All right. So this one's kind of long right here, Jack, so just bear with me. Hi, Coach Wardle. My name is John from St. Louis and would like y'all's input. I was doing student teaching and I realized that's not what I want to do right out of college. So I'm switching my major to pursue a career in sports, possibly. It's much easier to go back to teaching at 40 than to go into sports at 40. My question is if you have any thoughts about whether or not I should be a student volunteer coach at an FCS school near me. I went to a coaching clinic there and the O-line coach liked me. Another option could be a support staff at a local high school and help out with a football team there. My only hesitation with the FCS school is I have 2 classes left to graduate and my priority is to graduate. In addition, selfishly, I have 1 more year of attending college football games as a fan before I start a career. Love the show. # set the pace. John, thanks for reaching out from St. Louis, Missouri. So there's a lot to unpack there, Jack. All right. John's kind of at a crossroads, with the career matrix. And I feel like that's something a lot of like young folks go through, right? I mean, you really don't know what you necessarily want to do when you're 20, 21 or whatever, 18, I mean, we see it every day with the high school kids we teach, right? I wanted to be a zookeeper at one point in middle school. And then when you went to zoo camp, I realized, well, all you do is really like shovel poop and
crap. Yeah. At least that's all we did. We were just free labor. I mean, that's all it was. We paid to go scoop elephant crap. That's what we did. Genius idea. Yeah, it's tricky though, especially with which I know there's alternative paths to certification for teaching, but it is tricky, especially if you go into an education program where you spend 4 years or however long doing it, and then you get into it and you hate it. I mean, I'd rather you know that ahead of time, which I think is why they do a lot of those early practicums.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm kinda confused by his question because when he says a career in sports,
So I think he's
what are
got an
we
opportunity to help out at an FCS school local to him.
okay,
And so I think his decision is, does he try to go that route and stick it in some realm of the college game and take out the teaching element that maybe he would not like in the high school level, which I feel like that's for a lot of people love football, right? But
yeah.
having to be in the classroom is, that's a deal breaker for a lot of people out there and could be causing some of the coaching shortages across the country. Me personally, I like it how it is here in Texas where you have to teach because I think it
Yeah,
gets your whole coaching staff in the building and you
yeah.
get to work with your guys every day and you don't have to worry about some guy having to work this shift and at his day job and then get over here in time to do weightlifting or practice or whatever. But that's just me. And I do realize that teaching is not for everybody. But yeah, it just sounds like he's at a crossroads here.
Yeah, so he knows he doesn't wanna do teaching.
I think he's figured that part out. Yeah.
Yeah, that student teaching will get you now.
But yeah, because that's free labor too, which is a load of
Yeah, it
crap.
is, and some teachers will literally, "This is so and so, he's gonna be your teacher for the semester." Boom, have at it, baptism by fire. Now, I mean, that's how I prefer it, but I know not everybody's that way. But yeah, he said something about wanting to get another year in watching
Yeah,
games or something.
if he goes the college route, obviously he'll be with college football for another year at least while he graduates.
I mean, look, it sounds like he's had 3-ish years of getting to watch those games on Saturdays from the student section, and opportunities in college football are hard to get, honestly, and so if he has an in, my advice coming for someone who did that would be to take it because it can open a lot of doors down the road that you may not consider. And it's time to start watching those games from the sideline. Sorry, you're going to miss out on some of those tailgates. Like I never got to tailgate a single game in college at Clemson, but I don't regret that really. I mean, I can do that kind of thing with my buddies now. So like, it doesn't really, you'll have time for that, but the window of opportunity for that position or whatever it may be with that team, is pretty narrow. So say you got to pounce on it if you really want to go for the sports route, then he's in a pretty good spot. It sounds like.
I think more so than ever, it's easier to get into teaching later on
Yeah,
because there's such a shortage, right? So yeah, I think I'm on board with you. Like if you've got an opportunity that really it's probably a finite amount of time that you're going to have this opportunity and
yeah,
you're 21 years old, and you got the rest of your life to kind of sort some things. Some people to get into, midlife before they actually maybe find what their true calling was. And they were just doing jobs up to that point, right? I mean, the
like
average lifespan's what, 70, 80 years old now? I mean,
if
it's
you're
a,
lucky, yeah,
yeah, it's a long life out there. So I mean, yeah, I don't know, take advantage of maybe this once in a lifetime type opportunity to, like you said, maybe make some connections, have some experiences. Definitely graduate college.
yeah, for sure.
Don't mistake anything we're saying. Like, hopefully that was never an option to where you weren't going to do that. Like, I would put whatever else aside to graduate college, and then what you can do simultaneously. Like, yeah, let's pile on there. But yeah, go ahead and take advantage of this opportunity maybe to get some experience in the college game because if you go back, it's something you can put on your resume
Yeah,
that you helped out at this position with this FCS school and all that. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on it. But
and yeah, I mean, it is like I was talking about earlier. You gotta have all. I mean, now they have all these alternative pathways to teaching certifications, and depending on the state, South Carolina, you can use work experience, and there's a variety of programs you could choose to get that certification later on. So, I mean, he's right in that regard. Teaching is probably easier to get into down the road versus trying to get into collegiate athletics or whatever it may be when you're 40 or whatever number you said. But yeah, stick it out, take a shot, go for it, man. Now's the time. You're at the age now where you can kind of risk it for the biscuit. And if it doesn't go well, then you didn't really lose that much.
yeah, absolutely.
But
I'm on board. Hope that helps, John in St. Louis. Thanks again for reaching out. Guys, if you've already forgotten that number, it's in the show notes. 75. Jack, you ready for the next one?
Hit me.
We have a returning messenger, Dale in Kentucky. Dale in Kentucky's getting back in touch with us. He sent us a message on a few episodes ago. I think when we first kind of debuted the text line, he was one of the first ones that shot us a message. So he sent us a few questions here. All right. So these are all for you, Dale. So first here, he says, wanted to tell you guys how much I enjoy your podcast. He found a day in the life videos a couple of years ago, and it's been cool to watch how you've progressed. I coached high school football here in Kentucky, and I've been fascinated with how much emphasis Texas puts on high school athletics. That would be so cool to work in that environment. It seems that Jack's experience in South Carolina is closer to what we have in Kentucky. He also loves the Gridiron Spice Company. Hot Route's his favorite. I'm getting deja vu. Did I already read? Oh, I got his old message pulled up. Good Lord. My bad, Dale.
It's late.
My bad.
It's late.
It's what time is it for you, Jack? Almost 1?
15.
All right, my bad. Good Lord. I mean, that's what happens when he sends, he's already texted us. So I'm looking at the older message. I was reading that and I'm like, I've read this before. All right. So anyway, Dale actually texted us this week saying remember I talked about keeping my son's baseball book for his games. All right. So he said, talking about keeping a baseball book, he says he did less work on his master's degree in education than what's required to keep a book for a baseball, softball game. So I will agree with that. I've kept a basketball book and I don't feel like it's as complicated, right? You're just writing down points, fouls, you got some other things, sure, timeouts, but baseball, got like the type of hit, right?
And you have to like shade in the base and like runners on, and it's like a little art problem and a math problem all at once. You're doing errors, and I mean, you got to have somebody you can trust doing that kind of stuff.
And I feel like the layout, and maybe it's just the type of book that I was given by my son's Pee Wee coach, but the type of book that they have, my eyes are getting so bad, like the chart to like do the math and add it up by inning and things like that. Like I've got to fit, whatever the number is in this tiny little corner of this like giant graph of a page I'm looking at. I think I've been doing a decent job though. I mean, we've got some rain, so like that's kind of canceled the last game.
Okay, nice.
But it just means we're going to make it up and I might have to do it like 2 days in a row. But I think I'm getting better at it, Dale. So I will definitely agree that I'm like locked in. I never thought I'd be this locked into machine pitch baseball, but especially now that I know the umpire is going to be asking me how many outs and stuff there are, I'm trying to do my best keeping this book.
Yeah, that dude needs to get like the pitch counter, the clicker.
Man. And then one of his other questions was, do either of you guys have players that go both ways?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I was just doing, I told you off camera, but we're actually going to a recruiting fair tomorrow. Myself and a couple other coaches, and, kind of marketing our kids towards some of the college coaches that'll be there. But when I was doing these, I have flyers to give out with each kid we're bringing, and we'll donate this and try to cover the name. But you can kind of see how much information's on there, right? And part of it is the stats, and I was going through it, and I'm doing it on Canva, and I'm like OCD, and I'm going through all these kids, and I'm like, man, I got to do offensive and defensive stats. I got to fit it in this little tiny box over here in the corner. And yeah, we have a lot. We have a decent bit because, I mean, a school our size, the best athletes have to be on the field. And sometimes that means, 3 or 4 of them, however many, are going to have to go both ways. And it's just kind of how it is. I mean, I did it when I was in school. I'm pretty sure you did when you were in school. And it's just kind of, how it has to be, and some kids love it and some kids hate it.
Yeah, everything gets to I mean, because of it's like the look at me culture, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I'm just a wide receiver. Like I go do my training on the weekends with Johnny Trainer, and I just work on receiver stuff. So I'm just a receiver. Well, buddy, you can also backpedal better than everybody else. So like you're gonna have to play safety and corner. Like it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, and it's like the first day of spring ball when you have some kids that didn't play last year, and they're just kind of coming out, and you're like, all right, under wide receivers, you're going over there with coach whoever, and like 2/3 of the group starts moving that way. You're like, whoa, 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 quarterbacks, you're over here, and like the other third goes, and you're like, no, bud. Like you weigh more than me. You're coming down there in the trenches, bud. Let's go. Come on
learn
now.
how to put your hand in the dirt.
Yeah, we ain't all quarterbacks now. We ain't all show ponies, and that's okay. But yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we try. Obviously, we've got more quantity. At the end of the day, it's high school football, and high quality players are. I mean, it's rare for a reason, right? To have high caliber players. So, I mean, we've had a receiver that he's at Texas Tech now that he played some safety for us at times, just because, like at the end of the day, he's 6'3", 200 pounds. He's one of the fastest dudes on the field, strongest dudes on the field. We're going to make sure he's playing deep middle safety or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get by with not doing that, we would prefer it. We feel like we can get a little more complex in what we're installing and have more time to work through all the kinks and get things installed and be a little bit more multiple or whatever we want to do on both sides of the ball. But push comes to shove. If we got a guy that has to, we will, just because it is what it is. I mean, I'll say this, the team that knocked us out this past year in the playoffs in round 3, they had, multiple guys going FBS, and all of their FBS players played both ways. Now with their bigs, with the big tight end that they had, they would pick and choose kind of when they would go put them at D-line. Their left tackle, who's going to Maryland or something like that, I think that's where he was committed to, he turned right around to play D-tackle, and he played a good number of snaps. And then, of course, Jermaine Bishop, who's one of the best players I've ever seen in high school, played every single snap of that game. So hats off of them for being simple enough and for their kids to be able to own, being able to do that on both sides of the ball and do all the things they need to do. And they got the best of us in the Star back in late November, I guess that was.
Yeah, it was Thanksgiving week, I think.
Yeah, that was
we
the
were
week
watching it on
that was
TV.
the week of Thanksgiving, yeah. So, I mean, it's less and less that you see it when you get up to a 6A school or 5A school even, but it does happen. And I feel like it's kind of spreading, like people are kind of getting out of that mold of like, well, we got all these players, like everybody's got one position and we're just going to install all this. I think people are kind of realizing like these are high school kids, like they're teenagers, like they can handle it, like physically.
Yeah.
If you're simple enough and smart enough about what you're trying to do with them, like you can have your best players playing a lot more than maybe they were, in previous decades. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question, Dale. And sorry, I reread your message from probably 3 weeks ago, but yeah, March 16th, that original message. But he says he's a former social studies teacher, by the way.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. All right, so here we go from the 903. That area code sounds familiar. What is the 903 area
903.
code? 903 area code.
That's going to be Northeast Texas.
All right, that's
Tyler, Longview, Sherman.
Okay, that's why it sounds familiar. Okay. Anyway, this is from Curry in the 903. He says, "What's up, guys? I'm currently sitting here watching Division III football's finest for probably the 30th time. Shout out to a great movie. And this movie made me think of a question that could potentially help new coaches, along with myself, who just graduated college and am now stepping into the world of teaching." All right, you ready for this, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
I got to take a deep breath. I've been doing a lot of reading. Do y'all have a story or any recollection of a new coach / new hire on the coaching staff where after a certain period of time you asked yourself, how on God's green earth did this person get hired to be on this staff? Or something that coach did that a young coach should 100% avoid doing? Thank you both for all the insight y'all have provided over all the 4th and Ward episodes. And always remember, go every time so others may every time. Good call back there. Great movie. I'm going to have to watch that again. I think it was free on like Pluto or something. I'm going to fire that up. All right. So I guess if you don't want to put anybody on blast, Jack, I guess the more broader question would be, is there something you ever saw a coach do that a young coach should 100% not do? You want me to?
Yeah, you go ahead. I got to.
All right. So I will. I will go ahead and answer the first part. All right. So the first part, the original thing that I think Curry really wants answered was, has anybody ever gotten on staff where you just thought, how did this person get hired? All right. And I'll never forget, this is nobody that I currently work with or have worked with in 7, 8, 9 years. Like it's been a decade since I worked with this person. So I think enough of time has passed, but hadn't even graduated college yet. All right. So I get hired for my first job. Okay. And so that spring, I think I went and I was doing like the background checks and all that kind of stuff. And so I think I was meeting like with people and stuff. Well, I meet this other guy that's also getting hired, and he's an older guy. I think he was doing this as like a second, as I learned more about him, possibly third, fourth career. Just throwing that out there. And this guy's talking about, how he played for the Redskins, played at NC State, all this. And he's a big dude. So I'm sitting there like, and I'm 21 years old. Like, I'm sitting like, oh, dang, we got a good coach getting on this staff. Like, here's me, like, and then there's this guy that played with the Redskins. We're going to be working at the same middle school and coaching at the high school down the street.
Yeah.
So as time, I actually could go a long time on this guy, but as time kind of is going by, I'm starting to just notice things. All right. So I don't even know where to begin. How about he told us he was working on his doctorate. Okay. Which fine, working on his doctorate. And this was like a ongoing storyline, was that he had to get some work done for his doctorate, had to get this done for that, One day, Jack, it's just like a random Friday in like November. And he comes walking up to, hey, Wardle, I finally graduated, got my doctorate. And I'm like, hey man, like congrats. And I'm sitting there thinking,
Nice.
I'm like, an October graduation? This is kind of weird. Or whatever it was, like September, October. That's kind of weird. So, yep, got it right here. He pulls a piece of copy paper out, Jack. And it says Harvard University.
No.
Yeah, I'm not lying. It says Harvard University at the top. I didn't know Harvard did online classes. They might. I really don't know.
They do, but they don't give you your diploma in PDF format.
Oh, copy paper. And it has his name on it. Okay. Jack, the date said like May of 4 years prior. So like, I'm thinking he took like a Google slide or something and just slapped on like, what does a Harvard diploma look like? And then just like typed his name, but the dude forgot to change the date on it. And so that's like big red flag, right?
Huge. Yeah.
Huge red flag. Okay. So you ready for more?
Fraud.
You ready for more? All right. So I'm not trying to dog on this guy. He was nice to me, but he just, some things would happen. Well, I'll never forget, there was a staff in-service day right before the school year started. And it was the same day as our team football pictures. Okay. So we were doing like a half day PD at the middle school we worked at, and then we were going to drive over for the high school team's pictures that afternoon. So we stopped for lunch on the way there. And me and my wife were sharing one car at the time. So like I had to ride with this guy to the high school. Like we did this frequently. And which was fine. That's where I got all these stories from. But we swing by this little Mexican restaurant in small town USA where I was working at. And we're sitting down, and it's summertime in South Carolina. It's August, right? I mean, it's 95 with 90% humidity, feels like 103. So I'm thinking like, I gotta get something, just a little bit of rice and chicken, like some tortilla chips. I'm gonna keep it light, We're in the upstate of South Carolina too, folks that are listening, which is far from a beach. This guy ordered oysters, raw oysters from a Mexican restaurant.
Straight from Lake Hartwell.
Oh, and houses them. I mean, put that work in. And I just thought, bold strategy. Okay. We go to the pictures. And this is before the days where they just took a picture of every kid and photoshopped them all together. And you probably never had to leave air conditioning to do it all. We had to get full uniform, full coaching attire.
Just sweating. Stand
in the bleachers. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're just getting hammered with this sun. And I just hear, oh, I feel so good. Oh, I feel so. And this guy proceeds to yak everywhere at team picture day. And I'm just sitting like, oh, this is kind of odd. And this is before he got his doctorate. So maybe he learned, through his coursework. Yeah, actually, this is about a month before he got his doctorate.
Oh he probably already had that class. He just didn't pay attention, I guess.
Well, all right. So,
God,
I'm really not trying to dog on this guy, but okay. So his story was he played for the Redskins, right? And we're just sitting there, and one of the guys on staff was a huge Redskins fan. So he's just sitting there like, "What year did you play, man?" Like, I've been watching the Redskins my whole life. Like, what year did you play? And, oh, it was this year. And he's just sitting there like, okay. He's just, red flags.
You sure about that?
The red flags were coming up. And so one day, I think the guy got on Facebook, all right, and did a little detective work. And the guy had a picture of a Redskins player as his profile picture. Okay.
He was in deep.
He looked it up. It wasn't even an offensive lineman, which is the position he claimed. All right. In fact, it was an offensive lineman. All right. But in part of the picture was the D end. The D end was Gaines Adams when he played for the Buccaneers. What year was that? Probably 2006?
Yeah.
2007? This is like, this was about 2015, 2016 when I got this job. And so you're talking about like 9 years before that you played in the league? Like we would know, we would know. And the picture he pulled up, I can't even remember that guy's name that played for the Redskins, but he was like he was a pretty well-known left tackle for him. And so it was just instantly like you knew it wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget another one of his profile pictures was he talked about how he used to be a bodybuilder.
What did this man not do? He's just
okay. Well, it all gets better. All right. Just I don't mean to kill the whole episode talking about this guy, but he says he used to be a bodybuilder when he got done with his football days. Like, yeah, here's what I used to look like right here, and he showed me a picture, and this yoked up guy that was wearing glasses, and this guy happened to wear glasses. So like, but that was about the only way that they look similar, because this Mr. Universe is like all muscled up and stuff. He's like, yeah, that's me right there. And I'm like, man, all right. In the back of my head, I figured it out by now. I'm like, dude, like, don't lie to my face, whatever. But he had that as his profile picture right after the picture of what was that guy's name for the Redskins? Russell? Was it Russell? Golly, let me Google it real quick. It's not. It was all right. I figured it out. It was daggum Chris Samuels. Chris Samuels for the.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who the guy was trying to say he was. All right. Chris Samuels for the Redskins.
Now.
Yeah, no, that
wasn't.
Come
on now.
Anyway, all right. Well, all right, let me see. I'm going to try to curtail this. One more thing, okay? So one day after practice, he's mad, all right, that his son was on the team, okay? And he was mad that his son's so soft. Like, he's just so soft. We got to toughen that boy up. He's so soft. One day after practice, we're all getting up in there. We're getting the kids out of there. We're in the coach's office and stuff. Like, we see him walking by with a helmet like halfway on his head because it don't fit all the way, and a pair of shoulder pads on. The dad, the coach, and we're like, Coach, where are you going? And he's like, well, I got to toughen my boy up. So we're just like kind of looking around at each other like, what is it? We look out there, Jack, and he's like doing a 1v1 with his son, bull in the ring style, like just out there on the practice field. All these other kids are getting picked up by their parents. And down there, you got a dad, like, and his son, like, just going board drills down there.
Oh my God.
Icing on the cake. I got more stories, but
he's got a doctorate. So, he knows what
he's doing, guys. He's got a doctorate from Harvard. All right. He got it a whole year or two prior. All right. So the whole, like, one of the biggest icing on the cakes is like, once the season kind of rolled on, the cat got out of the bag. It was the elephant in the room. It was awkward. All right. He wasn't coming back. It was going to be a one and done kind of season. Okay. We get to the end of the year, and one of the guys that cuts the fields for the athletics fields, he's in the office one day talking to us and stuff. And he knew the guy because he worked at the Bojangles in town where he worked at like 10, 20 years prior. So at no point did the guy like even play, big time football or whatever. Like, at no point did he get a doctorate, of course. We figured that out. In fact, he was working at Bojangles.
Maybe they have a good tuition program. I don't know. Maybe,
they helped him get his degree. Yeah,
From Harvard.
Yeah, sometimes, can you imagine going up to your manager at Bojangles and you're getting the supplement thing figured out for your scholarship subsidy or whatever? And it's like, yeah, what school are you going to, man? I'm going to Harvard. Like, buddy, we're in Ware Shoals, South Carolina. Like, we're in Lawrence, South Carolina.
Like, buddy, it's bow time, and you're talking about Harvard? Come on now.
I did not mean to go off on a tangent there. He actually was a nice guy, but
Yeah, it's like a great guy, but
Great guy,
I mean, that's just,
but I asked myself, Curry, circling back here, I asked myself, Curry, how on God's green earth did this guy get hired? But
yeah.
Jack, did I kill enough time for you to think about anything?
I've thought of a few, but I cannot say them on here. So maybe in a couple of years I can tell you.
All right. So anything a young coach should avoid, 100% avoid doing. All right.
Don't be the first to leave.
Don't be the first to leave. That's a great one.
Don't leave kids unattended.
Do not leave kids unattended. Man, that's a good one. Don't be the first to leave. Yeah. Find
Something.
that needs to be done, or look for things that need to be done. I'm not saying overwork yourself, because like I've been there before too, where like I was a find something person to the point that I got mad and I got super burned out.
Yeah.
There's a healthy balance there. And if it's like the egregious things that need to be done, that it needs to be like everybody on staff needs to be helping out, like with a project or something like that. Like obviously you would want to talk about that with your head coach, and make sure that thing gets done. If it's, I don't even know, if we got to tidy up the weight room or something like that, and
Yeah.
it's a lot, maybe that needs to get cleaned up. It's not just like a plate here and there that's not where it's supposed to be. I don't know, something like that. Like, yeah, like don't burn yourself out trying to do it all by yourself. But
Yeah. It's like the whole premise of, be the change you want to see. Like you walk past a piece of trash on the floor.
Yeah.
Do you pick it up or do you keep walking? I mean, just the little things like that. There's loops that need to go out, and you walking by, you're not doing anything, just put them out. It don't matter whose laundry night it was. If they're there and they're not getting put out and you're walking by, they're not doing anything, just put them out. Now don't miss your daughter's dance recital or something,
yeah,
overworking, trying to do everything. But I mean, it's the little things. Just find ways to help and give it your best effort. That's kind of all you can do.
yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. I would say as a young coach, all right, I would avoid taking offense to, if you've got a mentor, an older coach.
You on there with a vet,
yeah,
listen to him.
Yeah, I would listen to him and avoid like thinking that you're being, it's nothing
it's not an
personal.
attack.
Yeah, like that guy's probably been around the block way more times than you have. Like he's forgotten more things than you're ever gonna know. One of those kind of situations. Be a sponge. All right.
And he's been exactly where you are before, and he's probably telling you that because he did the same thing and ran into an issue. He's trying to help.
Yeah.
One thing I will say what not to do is if, let's say you got a vet on staff who's been, however long doing it, and usually sometimes the older they get, the grumpier they get, and the more
prickly.
What's the word? Anyway, their outlook on things is not usually positive. I'll say that. Don't absorb too much of that. Like, don't become that way yourself. Now, there's definitely a place for like realism, just looking at things and being like, all right, let's be realistic here.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also, you don't want to turn full on pessimist.
Yeah.
You're young, you have energy, you kind of have optimism, idealism, and just don't buy into too. Listen to what they're saying. But if it's like every other thing, this will never work. I mean, you never know till you try. And sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. It is what it is. I think that's about all I got, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. All right, last question from the text line here. Okay, so this is from the 682. 682. This is JC from 682 area code.
Western Central Texas, Fort Worth, Arlington.
Okay. So kind of probably Metroplex area. Okay. All right. It says, hey, coaches, I've always wanted to ask you a question. Does your school district have ninth grade centers, a ninth grade only campus just for ninth graders, no one else? And do you ever see pros and cons on having a ninth grade center? That's easy.
I got a book, buddy.
That's a toss up. That's an easy one.
Got a book.
On what's right?
I'm taking notes. We have a freshman academy is what we call it. And it essentially serves as its own school. Now, it's obviously integrated. It's part of our building. But all freshman classes, core classes are down there. They don't leave that wing except for like electives or anything in the upper school. And I'll put this. And I understand that as a freshman, it's vital to start off on the right foot in high school. Your credits reset, unless you took like honors classes in 8th grade. You're starting on high school credits, right? You're working towards that diploma. There's an end goal here. You need to start off on the right foot. Sure, I'm with that. But I also feel sometimes those students are not being treated age appropriately, if that makes sense. They're being babied a little bit, is my opinion. And this isn't specific to my school or anything. This is like broad strokes here. Now, there's things they do great. And I think it's good because it is intimidating to go into high school with older kids and that kind of thing.
I think there's something healthy about that, though. I think there's something healthy about, like, there's something
you need
healthy.
To be humbled.
There's something healthy socially about.
There's a healthy line, like there's a healthy amount of bullying.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you target a kid and relentlessly bully the kid, but like a kid shows up wearing these stupid, I don't know, shoes or whatever, and your buddies clown on you a little bit, that's good. Yeah, they're keeping you in check.
Keeping you in check, exactly. Because then you get into a situation where nobody's ever been kept in check, and now they're 17 years old and they still haven't been kept in check. And they're 18 years old and they haven't been kept in check. Like, I don't know, there's just, like, old Darwin with the evolution stuff, like, sure, there might be some things I don't agree with big picture-wise, but, like, he was right about a lot. Like, the strongest survive, the fittest adapt, or, the ones that adapt, like, do the thing, right? And I'm not saying anybody needs to go and get bullied, of course. We're not saying anything like that, but it's
just a little bit maybe. But
it's the healthy social cues that you pick up by being hopefully around people that are maybe a little more mature, and they're not laughing at the trivial things that other 15-year-olds might think is, I don't know. We have a 9th grade center that it's pretty new, and it's on the same site as our main campus, but like all their classes, like they don't leave that unless it's for electives basically, or their dual credit. Anyway, we got a crazy schedule anyway. And I would agree with you there. I think like to a certain extent, like we had to have the addition because every year the freshman classes just get bigger and bigger and bigger because we're growing and stuff. And so like obviously you needed a giant addition to the school to house all these kids. It doesn't affect me. I'm in the older building, so it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. But you do hear some things about just like the way it kind of all just festers over there. Somebody be like, well, how was the old freshman center day? And yeah, it could be a good day, it could be a crazy day, just for another 15.
Yeah. And so like I got a couple examples I'll give. Like, well, first off, struggle is a good thing. A little bit of struggle is good.
Yeah.
Teaches you how to adapt, overcome, and just deal with things. Now, I'm biased, okay? I'll be honest. I'm biased here. So the way it operates in the academy, right? Every 9 weeks, if your grades are at a certain point, you don't have any behavioral issues, discipline issues, and not crazy absences or tardies. I think they probably did it was the academy open when you were there?
Yeah. It's been open since like 2008, maybe.
Do you know it was the first one in the state?
I did not know that.
Crazy, right? Shout out Dr. Gary. Anyway, they do these trips, right? AAA trips is what they're called. And I think it's like, I don't know what the criteria is exactly, but you're doing good. You get to go on a trip, which I'm cool with that. You go to like a Dave & Buster's type place for a day at the end of the quarter and that kind of thing. Well, then those kids come to the upper school. We don't got no trips. Like what do you think this is? You getting rewarded. And I'm all for incentivizing. It's effective, but like you're giving kids this reward for doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. What should be the standard. And again,
right. Your standard's here. And look, I'm not saying don't reward them at all. And again, I'm biased because what would happen, our freshman academy has 4th period planning. Okay? They all do. And that's a whole other argument. But what would happen is they go to Spare Time or Dave & Buster's and get the tickets and buy all these stupid toys. Well, guess when they bring them back to the school? Into 3rd block. And guess where primarily all freshman PE classes are? Guess what period those are?
I got a feeling I know.
4th block.
And they're all geeked up on Red Dye 40.
Bringing these stupid toys into the gym, shooting each other with water guns. But y'all are on planning period. Y'all come back early just so you get an hour and a half break. You're like, oh, yeah, but you don't want to deal with them all day. I will gladly go on a field trip. Gladly. But then y'all rile them up all day, and you bring them back here, drop them off. Coach got them with toys and weapons and stuff to throw and sticky hands and sugar highs, and drop them off in the gym. And, oh, it's fine. I'm going to go grade my papers or whatever you're going to do. First issue. Well, now I don't forget what the second issue is. But anyway, I'm a little biased, okay? But, yeah, I don't know. I get the point, like, to start off on the right foot. If you start off on a bad foot, you know, your whole high school career is going to be harder. And I get that.
Yeah.
But maybe we need to find a happy medium. Is what we need to do.
Yeah.
A little less babying, so when they get to the upper school, they don't think we're all mean because we don't give them candy when they get the thing right. No, you're here in school, you're going to get the thing right because you're supposed to get the thing right. You've been sitting in here for 90 minutes. You should get the thing right. You don't need to have a piece of candy every single time. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. But
I was about to say,
we have great teachers down there. They do a great job. I'm not bashing them at all.
you're crawfishing now.
We baby them. We do.
Well, I think a lot of people getting babied now. Like, it just is what it is.
And don't get me started on grade floors.
I don't
Y'all
even
do
know.
that?
What are you talking about, a grade floor?
You bottom out their grades?
Bottom out? What are you talking about?
Like, let's say it's a test, a unit test. They make a 40. You don't put a 0. Like, they have to keep redoing it until they get mastery and get the 60. And then you get a 60 in the grade book. Basically, you can't make below a 60 on a major grade. I.e., you can't fail.
Well, that's been the name of the game for a while now. So they're just
tell
finding
me-
different ways to.
Exactly. So tell me, like, how are we doing these kids any favors? And we wonder why they're apathetic.
Yeah, because
Why would they care?
Yeah.
They can't fail. So why would I care? I can show up and not do anything all semester. I come in at the end, you got to let me retake every single test till I get a 60 and I'll pass.
They can do it like that? Like, it doesn't even, there's no.
Like, if they're absent, they don't make up the test, they got a 0 in the grade book. But guess what? You have to do everything you can to get them to retake it or take it to get a 60.
Man.
Yeah. But South Carolina State lawmakers, there's a bill on the floor to eliminate those. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Well, let's switch it to a little lighter note here. I didn't mean to get.
Yeah,
you
you're
out
gonna
of
get.
it.
I'm in the midst of all these papers, man. I'm gonna go on like tangents left and right. If you,
All right, well, let's
you give me a
let's swap
thing.
gears to a little game then. All right, let's fire up the old 4th and Wardle. All right, for the folks that might be listening for the first time or more recent new listeners, if you go to our official website, fourthandward.com, the number 4 THANDWARD.com, we have the link in the show notes as well. All right, you can find all of our past episodes. You can submit your teams of the week. We'll talk about one of the new features here in a second, but you can play our Wardle. Okay, so this is a random high school from anywhere in America. All right, and you get 100 points as your starting point. All right, and you're trying to save as many of those points as possible and guess what the mystery school is using the clues that are provided. There's some bonus clues where you can get some letters given to you, famous alumni, school colors, mascots, things like that. But you're trying to save as many points as you can so that you can be higher up on the leaderboard, all right? So we've got the April 22nd puzzle loaded up here. That's when we're recording this. This is puzzle number 42. So if you're listening, you haven't played this one yet, you got a freebie right here because we'll do all the legwork for you. Jack, okay, clue number 1 right here.
Wait, is this? Oh no, we're good. We're good. I forgot what day of the week it was. We're good. Go
So
ahead.
this school produced a 1958 Nobel Prize winner in physics who attended for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna need something more than that.
Yeah, I'm going to need something. I mean, that's a really cool, fun fact, but I'm going to need a little bit of something. All right, so let's just say.
Yeah, if y'all haven't noticed, we've upped the game here a little bit.
Yeah, we
It's
elevated
definitely,
We elevated it. Let's go location. So we're going to use
Sure.
10 points. Oh, good Lord. Washington State. All right. So we used 10 of our points to get the location, and the school is in Tenasket, Washington. Doesn't help at all.
Let's just go with that name, whatever that name is, high school.
Tenasket. All right, that's worth a shot.
Cheat code.
Boom. Attaboy. I was kind of curious what
It's
the other
almost like I
clues were.
coded it, Yeah, I know, right? We should have probably held on to that one for a little bit.
Let's refresh and just all right, so blah blah blah. Let's just see what the next clue was. Okay, so clue number 2 was a Nobel laureate and an actor musician who later donated $10,000 to the school's marching band, both connected to this program.
Is this the same Nobel Prize winner?
So the Nobel laureate and an actor both donate. Okay, so I guess they've got multiple famous alumni. Let's see what these famous alumni are by sacrificing 5 points. Walter Hauser Bretagne. That's not famous enough for me to know him. All right, so let's just make some up. Let's get another clue here. I just kind of want to see. This school seems very interesting.
Yeah.
It is located in the north central Washington near the Canadian border. This school is about 160 miles west of Spokane, which I've never even been. You've been to Seattle, right?
Yeah, we've been to Seattle.
I've never been up
Pretty
that
cool.
way.
Good coffee. Kind of depressing, though. Rainy.
So a couple more clues they had. The Tigers marching band traveled to Disneyland in March 2011, where they performed and received a 5-figure donation. They're getting money left and right.
Deep cuts, man.
Yeah.
These are deep cuts.
So let's just go.
We got a mascot, though, the Tigers.
All right, and then the final clue was home of the Tigers in Tenasket, Washington, 25 miles south of the Canada-U.S. border. All right, so this was Tenasket High School. That was tough. That was a doozy.
That was really tough. If I didn't have that loophole, I would have been.
I mean, that one should have been like triple points. Like you should have started with like 200 points and got just to empty the clip and get every clue you could. Good call.
I might need to adjust the difficulty there a little bit.
Yeah, you turned it up a notch. We're playing on Heisman mode now with the 4th and Wardle. But this updates every day, guys. So make it a part of your day and share your scores, add your name to the leaderboard, and see where you rank amongst other folks who have played the game. The all-time average across all games of Wardle is 63. I mean, if you're hitting higher than 63, that kind of tells you where you are in the grand scheme of high school trivia.
And if you're just getting into this, you can also at the top, if you look, you can go back and play the other 41 puzzles we've had. So like if you come in here, try it today for the first time, go ahead and go back, play the other 41 and I guess get primed, get your mind right before you hop on the 42, because 42 is a heck of a
you need some warm-ups before you hit puzzle 42. All right, so speaking of warm-ups, all right, Jack was warming up his coding skills. He built a beautiful website. He built 4th and Wardle. He's got our team of the week, which we need to get to here in a little bit. All this stuff Jack coded, all right? But you've got one of your biggest projects yet added to the website. So last week's episode, guys, inspired a brand new segment that we're going to do every single recording, and we call it Drip or Drown. Okay, so this is where we are rating high school football uniforms, and we're building a database alongside it. Okay, so we had Texas Bob. He's got the Texas football stadiums. Like, he's got that market cornered. Okay, we're going to try to build as big a database as we can of high school uniforms, and you get to vote whether or not they're drippy, they look good, or they drown, they're not very good. Okay, and it gives a composite score based off all the votes that people give. And so in the grand scheme of things, a year, 2 years from now, it should be, I would think, a pretty realistic composite score right here. So Jack's got it pulled up. All right, so this is Drip or Drown, the official new page, new edition. Up at the top, we have our most recent editions. You can submit schools if you have your personal high school or your local team or a jersey you thought was cool and you know what the team's name is. You can add those. We have
got the Hall of Drip.
Got the Hall of Drip with the highest scoring ones that we've received so far, and this updates automatically. So as the votes come in, all these things trade out.
And I have, so like we were talking before this about how some of them only had like 2 votes and they were in the Hall of Drip number 1 already. That's been corrected. Now we're using similar to how Reddit does comments. So it's called like Wilson LB. I know nobody cares about this, but it's like a ranking system that Reddit uses for some other companies use. So it's a combination of the number of votes total and the number of drips versus drowns, all kind of factors to like accurately, rank these. And so some of these might change if you looked at it yesterday or something like that. But
It's a solid
yeah.
addition there. All right, so what we figured here was that we would do a little run through here with as many as we can get before we have to get to Team of the Week, and just kind of show you guys how it works. All right, so one of our recent additions here, we've got the Clinton Red Devils, the old Clinton Red Devils from Clinton,
Yeah.
South Carolina, okay, rocking white Nike jerseys in this picture. What's your gut instinct just looking at it from the jump? Drip, is it because it's not doing too much? It's just kind of a classic look? I would agree
it's
with
hard
that.
to beat.
But here was the one thing that stuck with me, right? The shoulders.
Yeah, I don't.
The logo on the shoulders. I don't think their logo is a good one for a shoulder.
Really,
print.
they need to work on the logo in general.
Yeah.
We're working with like a one color PNG file right here. We need to make it thicker, add an outline. There might be an outline, but like it needs to be more significant to really make it kind of pop, I guess.
But I think I will join you in saying drip. So Jack's going to hammer the drip. They're currently at 67%, so that gave him probably a little higher score. Moving on here to a former Team of the Week, Jack.
Oh, real quick, sorry. For my mobile users out there, if you're on your phone, this should load kind of how some dating apps do, and you swipe. And so there's actually, you can go through and swipe left or right on these drip or drowns.
That's pretty sick.
Just side note there. But yeah, the former Team of the Week, Zealand West.
They're the Ducks, the DUX.
This was the school that was like one building, right? Or like right beside each other.
It was
Zealand East and
Zealand West and Zealand East like shared a sidewalk, or it was something strange like that.
And like students went to both, and like classes were somewhere.
It was early. I mean, this has been months ago, but yeah, this is all coming back to me now. Up there in Zeeland, Michigan, right? So their drip score is not looking too good, right? They're sitting at a 33%. And I think it's because they don't use that logo. Like I remember specifically, we looked at their logo and it's sick, like the duck or ducks.
Yeah.
But it's just a blank helmet, which for some people that works. I mean, a little stripe wouldn't kill you, but it is a Nike jersey. Like it's not doing too much. I think I am going to give it a drown because it's just could do a little more.
Yeah, it's a drown from me, dog. It's just a little more effort's all I need. Just a little more.
All right, next one up here, another former Team of the Week, the Medina Battling Bees. I do remember this one. The honeycomb helmet stripe is going to get my vote for drip on this one, all right? So I'm giving these guys drip. They're currently at 75. Should be higher after we drop this vote for them right here. The Katy Tigers, that's a clean look right there. They got the Wisconsin kind of look, and they run Power I. Texas Bob will be happy. He's down there in Katy, Texas, doing his thing. They got a perfect score right now.
Yeah,
only 4 votes, but we're going to keep the perfect one alive.
They're keeping that.
You remember this one, Jack? Another former Team of the Week from Wyoming, the Star Valley Braves. If you remember, their shoulder, whatever the right word is, on the shoulder of their jerseys is a mountain range. I don't know if you remember that detail.
I do, yeah. And they have is this the one that has the similar, like the Redskins?
They do have a Redskins type logo, and I think they had a crazy looking backdrop to their stadium, if I remember right, being up there in Wyoming. Under Armour jerseys, I mean, it is what it is.
What are these pride stickers? I'm trying to see.
Like tomahawks? I like that. I like a good tomahawk. So they're sitting at 75% drip score right now, all right, which is, that's giving them, they're in drip territory. I'll vote drip on this one.
It's giving me Maryland.
Like doing too much vibes?
Crazy jerseys. Yeah, and I get that's the flag Maryland has, but yeah.
I don't think they're doing too much, but I can see.
I don't like the text on the leg either.
I don't like the text on the leg. We might need to invent a third category.
I'll invent it right now, Skip.
All right, Hutto Hippos from Hutto, Texas. Solid mascot.
Dude, these people are giving this a drown?
I don't care for this one.
The
Black, orange,
jersey's
black.
plain.
The orange jersey, like go all black. And you
Yeah, the
got my
helmet's
vote on
clean, though.
the helmet's clean. The pants, fine. It's a solid deal right here. They're sitting at 40% on their, so in the drown territory right
I
now.
don't think a 40% is accurate. Like, maybe
I don't hate it. It's not the worst one I've seen. It's not the best one. So
definitely not the best.
I mean, if we give it a drip, it'll move it back up into like more neutral territory, which is probably
I'll
about
give
right
it
for it.
a pity drip.
All right, more Hutto. Now this one, that's drip from the
That's
jump.
drip.
This is an
We don't
all-white
need-
alternate
we
for
don't
the Hutto Hippos. This is clean. Another Hutto Hippos. All right.
Okay.
That one's got 100%.
Dude, they came back. Like, they had us in the first half, and they just came back swinging.
The great thing, guys, about how Jack set up the database is you can filter it by school. Okay. And so if a school's got a jersey combo that's not on the website yet, all you got to do is click the school and click add fit, and you drop it right in. You're adding it to their collection on the website. Side note there. So you can go check out all of Hutto's just by going clicking Hutto Hippos, and you'll see all their alternates up there. Who is this? The Pearl.
We got Pearl. I'm assuming Pearl High School in Mississippi.
Pearl Pirates, Pearl, Mississippi. I've actually driven by there before. It's right off I-20.
It's like old pit vibes.
I like the chain as the helmet stripe. Who did that? Vanderbilt?
Vandy
did that. I like that. You don't like that?
No, I don't like that.
Now, what I didn't like was the giant anchor on the back of the helmet, but I like the chain part. I like just accent pieces like that. It's Nike.
I like accent pieces like that, but I think this one could have been executed a little better.
I think the helmet needs some shine to it. Like, if it's going to be navy and gold, the gold's got to shine a little bit. I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, look, it's like Pitt. They rocked this forever, and you see what they did now. They took their throwbacks or their alternates, and they said, that's going to be our colors now. That's just what we wear.
Too. The royal blue.
It does.
It looks way better. I'll vote drown.
Yeah. Sorry, Pearl.
Axtell. We've had Axtell. We talked about them before on the show. They shoot all the fireworks, I believe. Remember we were telling, man, what was the coach's name? Said they shoot fireworks. Anyway. And they always wear all white, except for like one game a year. One of their coaches reached out to us and let us know that. It's a clean look. It's that Texas Longhorns kind of vibe.
It's classic.
It's just red and white instead of burnt orange. I mean, it's classic. I don't think you can count that against them, that they're a classic look.
It's like when it's really cold outside and you're supposed to leave your faucet dripping. It's not like
it's a slow drip,
gushing, but it's a slow drip.
That could be a way we tune this up, a drip meter. Instead of just two buttons like Tinder style, it could just be a drip meter. Like, I don't know, you turn the faucet. I don't know. We'll keep tinkering with this thing, guys. All right, next one here. They got 40% right now for a really good high school football team, the Carrollton Trojans up there, North Atlanta. I know they are good. Did they play for state this year? I'm pretty sure they did.
I think. Is it green or black? The pants look like they're striped green. But
they're black, I think. I think it's black and gold.
Maybe it's just the...
I think it's basically Southern Cal, but black and gold instead of garnet or red and gold. I think that's kind of the vibe they're going for. I don't know.
I'm going drown.
Yeah, my gut's like, I don't love it. It's not the worst. All right, drown.
Yeah, it's drown.
They're good. They'll be fine if we don't care for their uniforms. St. Francis Academy Panthers. That's a big old youngin'.
Who is that grown man out there?
That's a big old youngin' in the picture. In Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, St. Francis Academy Panthers. They got
that man is not in high school. I need to see a birth certificate.
That's a grown man. They got a 60% on the drip meter right now, Jack. I don't care for these. These are, to me, nothing special from Under Armour. Baltimore and Under Armour. A little linkage there. Yeah, this is drowning for me. But maybe I'm the
Yeah,
unpopular
I'm with
opinion.
you. No, I mean, it's alright, but that's the red gloves, get this kid out of here. But, yeah, it's a drown.
Bishop Gorman, a big famous school out there in Las Vegas. Now their colors are blue and orange, but I think they must have like a million alternates.
Yeah.
This is a clean look. I'll tell you what I don't care for is that G
No.
on the
On the
chest right there.
chest, yeah, I don't need that on
Between
there.
the G and the Jordan and I mean, it's a clean look. I think the helmet stripe probably could have had some blue in there
Yeah.
if they wanted to go this route.
Honestly, I don't love it. I'm leaning towards drown.
What's their score right now? 80%? I don't know. I mean, I've seen some of the other ones. They had that Netflix show on, right? They had that
Yeah.
quarterback and like they had some blue ones and gray ones that were way better than this. Let's give this a drown. All right, the Buford Wolves are going
Buford.
back to Georgia. Buford got that new football stadium.
Man, so much brick.
Yeah, it's a lot of brick.
It looks pretty good, though.
80% score right now. I'd agree with that. I like this
That's a
look.
drip.
I like
That's a
this
drip.
look.
Yeah.
Nice gold helmet, green, like what was that, Kelly green? Is that what the Eagles
Yeah.
call it?
That's pretty nice.
Kind of looks like a
I
Notre
can't even
Dame
lie.
alternate.
Yeah, it looks like the, yeah, that's a drip. That's a drip.
Elder High School in Cincinnati, Ohio?
Yeah.
The person who submitted it said it's a purple thing. Yes, it is.
Look,
67%.
purple's hard, man. It's plain, but with purple, I think you're kind of forced to go more plain than you can.
Well, yeah, I mean, what colors really? I mean, I
don't mind it.
Depending on what your school colors are. It kind of reminds me of Furman University up there in the
Yeah.
Greenville area. 57%, I think, is generous, but I think it does need to be above 50%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say drown.
Okay.
But your call.
I'm good with that.
South Lake, man, these guys are really good at football.
They're not really good at designing uniforms.
But this is like their look that they're known for. Like they really don't wear anything different. It's the white helmet, the green jersey, black pants. That's what they do. And like all the kids dye their hair bleach blonde, and then they beat people by 50, win state.
That's fine, but you look terrible doing it.
80%, I think, is generous for their.
Way too generous.
So I am fine with giving this one a drown.
That's a drown.
The Adidas.
The helmet I like.
The helmet's clean.
The helmet I like.
Yeah.
And if it's like a tradition thing, okay, you kind of stuck with that, I guess. But
yeah, I don't know.
To me, and what is the helmet stripe? Can you see the middle stripe?
It's black with green in the middle, if I remember right.
Like to me, your helmet stripe should match your shoulder stripe if you go with the classic double stripe on the shoulder.
I agree with that.
Those need to match. But yeah, I'm drowning this.
All right, let's knock him down a peg. Clemson Westlake, that's Cade Klubnik right there, Clemson guy. 100% perfect score right now. Are we going to be the ones that break the perfect score?
I like the uniforms. I don't like the helmet.
But see, like, I feel like the array of pride stickers is what's throwing it off right here. I don't necessarily care for the logo.
It's the large W that's throwing me off. That needs to be blue with red outline.
And does it not need to be reversed? Is the logo angled like it's like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the logo looks like it's leaning. Normally when you have a helmet, you want the logo to be going forward facing, right? Am I making sense here? How I'm describing this? Theirs looks like it's going in reverse. Like it looks like they didn't take the mirror image of the decal and put it on the course.
A W.
Yeah, but like the Wisconsin W looks clean because on each side the Wisconsin W is angled so that it looks the same, like it bends back towards that. Am I getting too detailed in this?
No, I see what you're saying. Like there's like an italicized letter.
Like
if it's facing this way,
Central
on this side,
Michigan,
it needs to be that way.
They have the little lines through the C, right? But on one side of the helmet, they make sure that those lines are going back. And on the other, they flip the image so that the lines go back. Here, it looks like the W.
That's a symmetrical W, though.
Is it? It
Yeah,
is,
there's
ain't it?
no
Yeah.
so it's like either way it's gonna be
Yeah, you're right.
I
Okay.
think they just need to fix the W, let's be honest.
Yeah, the W
We're
just
using Times New Roman super bold. Like, what are we doing here?
all right, so we're
I'm
gonna break
drowning.
you're drowning it, you're breaking the streak. Okay. Highland Park, all right. The wealthiest zip code in Texas, Highland Park.
Drown. That long shoulder stripe. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Got
Yeah,
a
I'm not a
tank top
fan.
out
They're at
here.
60% right now. I'm fine giving this a drown. They're good at football, so they got that to fall back on. Lufkin, this is a former team of the week, too. Lufkin got the LSU kind of look. I think if I remember what their helmets look like, I'm going to give this a drown. I think they
I don't
put,
like the purple helmet.
yeah. Yeah, if you're going to go yellow helmet, like just do it like LSU. If you're going to lean into
Yeah.
that, do it like LSU. Yellow, purple, yellow.
Drown.
Canal Winchester.
We got all the teams of the week.
I was about to
in
say,
here.
we got some listeners here.
Is this black and okay, yeah.
So black and garnet, tough combo, like a Mississippi State kind of look. The voting people are not loving this look. They've got a 29% score right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
I don't care for this one, but you're sharing the screen, so you can vote.
I don't like the helmet. I don't like the matte garnet.
But if you remember, when they were the team of the week, somebody phoned in and said that they were the original ones that had that logo. I'm pretty sure. They got numbers on these helmets, but they have a logo that's like, remember, it's like a Redskin style logo. So we had that talk.
Oh yeah, but I don't like the color, the finish of the helmet. I don't like this matte garnet.
Yeah. I don't like this. Is a drown for me, but it's your computer. You can drip it if you want.
Drip.
All right. Haka drip.
Drip.
Macon County Tigers. Oh, this was the school that had the football field in a neighborhood a few weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago. It's just a clean, classic look. I give that drip. 83% right now.
Next time, zoom the photo out a little bit.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Or don't crop it as much. But this is drip.
Hooker Bulldogs, another former team of the week. They did not get a lot of love.
Practice uniform?
They're at 33% right now.
Yeah, they're staying there.
The helmet's clean.
Drown just out of spite.
The helmet's clean, but I don't like all that business on the jersey, like all these lines going everywhere.
Yeah,
Drown.
it's that modern look. Yeah,
I'm done with that. Another IMG.
Ain't no high school need chrome helmets. Drown.
Yeah, good. Ooh, the Belton Honeypath Bear.
I like the red. I like the red alternate.
Hey, I designed those uniforms.
I like the red.
That was my lasting legacy.
What do you mean design? You put the text on the front? It's just a
Hey.
You chose the colorway?
The
color choice.
I picked because I wanted to take the blue ones that we had at the time, and I wanted to invert it.
That's a great call.
Yeah, I inverted it. Wanted to make sure, look clean and all that.
That's a great call.
Yeah, the red on white, that's a good look for the Bears.
Yeah,
How
the
about
red,
them Bears
the red sharp.
Drip that. The blue whites is solid. They're at, what is that?
Not
They're
bad.
at 60%?
60. Yeah.
I think it should be higher than 60.
I mean, the blues don't match.
Yeah, you're right. The helmet blue.
Nor the reds. But, I mean, it's hard to color match helmets. I get that. I wouldn't say it's a drown, though. It's a clean look.
Yeah, I'm going to drip that. I don't care for this one. Still Belton Honeypath, blue, red, blue. It's got 40%. I would say it's in that ballpark. It don't need to be it don't need to be down in the teens and 20s. I don't know. What's your gut reaction?
It's weird though, because Clemson's I love it when Clemson wears the orange helmet, purple jersey, orange pants. I love that.
No, I don't like that.
I love it. Everybody hates it, and I love it.
I don't like that. No.
But this is inverted. You have almost the lighter color as the main, and the darkers as the top and the bottom. I wonder what it looked like inverted. But then you'd have to get red helmets.
Game day skins.
It's a drown.
All right, drown it. Allen, all whites. I don't like the shoulder stripes. That's my gut reaction.
Yeah, I don't.
What's that? What are they at? 89%?
Yeah, they need to be humbled. Drown.
40 Jackrabbits.
Trash. I'm just kidding. It's clean. It's clean.
What I don't. Yeah.
The stripes.
Trying to figure
What
out.
is that stripe?
It's just like
Is that the shard stripe?
Yeah, is that what we call where it like pinches down on one end?
So
like
does
our
it continue on the back?
helmet stripe pinches at the back.
It's tapered.
Shoulder stripe, yeah, tapers, and then the pant stripe tapers.
Okay, so I'll give it a drip.
But I want to say those are our old ones. I
coordinates.
don't think those are what our new whites look like. I think this is a dated picture.
Still drip.
Thomas County Central, Thomasville,
Is
Georgia.
this AI?
It looks like a green screen for sure. All whites, white helmet, white everything, sleeves, socks, pants. You know what?
Did the coach put the uniform on? Who is this? This is a grown man.
Well, I think this is a large high school. This is a large mammal playing high school football if this is a kid. It looks like that old mannequin you had from Clemson.
Yeah, it
That was
does. Yeah.
yoked up. I'm going to give this drip.
Yeah, it's drip. It's clean.
Okay, Thomas County Central with another one here. This time it is gold, navy gold. They're at 78%.
All I know is the referees in South Carolina would have sent this boy off the field for those knee pads.
Let's go drown.
Yeah.
Nah.
Now we're talking.
Okay, I think they uploaded all their alternates. All right, so we might have a few more of the Thomas County Central
It's like
here.
some Georgia Tech vibes.
Yeah,
here.
this is Georgia Tech vibes. We got white helmet, navy jersey, white pants. 88% right now. I agree with that. I like this one. This is a drip. Another alternate. Gold helmet, navy.
It's better than the other one. 63 feels accurate.
Navy jersey, navy pants. 63 is accurate there. Yeah. I don't love it. Don't hate it. Think it should still be. I mean, it's solid. Drip it.
Yeah.
Old, white, gold for Thomas County Central. 83% is the score right now.
Is this guy okay?
Looks like he's leaning a little bit. He's got a shoulder brace.
I don't know what's going on, but it's pretty drippy.
Drip that.
Oh my God, people. How many?
Drown.
Yeah, no.
People read our minds. They already had it at 33%. All right, next one here. Shoot, this might have to be the last one, Jack. I didn't realize we had this many get submitted. We're only at 37 out of the 55 that have been submitted so far. Yeah, we're going to have to part 2 this thing. All right, the Hawkins Hawks. Hawkins Hawks from Hawkins, Texas. God almighty. The Hawkins High School Hawks from Hawkins, Texas, right here, have an all-white uniform that they've uploaded, okay? The helmet I like. I wish I could see what those pride stickers are. The helmets I like. It's a clean look. The jerseys.
It's a drown for me. I know that.
The jerseys I don't care for. You can't hate the pants because it's just solid. Well, they have a little stripe on it, don't they?
You can hate the pants because the stripe on the jersey doesn't match the stripe on the pants.
But the helmet looks good.
The helmet looks great, but the blue doesn't match the jersey. You got metallic blue on the helmet.
So they're
That's
at
hard to
71%
match.
right now. Are you about to send them closer to drown territory?
Yes. If they had black outline on their stripe on the shoulders to match the helmet stripe, black.
Yeah.
Like their only black on the jersey is around the number. But you have so much black on this helmet.
Okay, drown it. Let's get one more drip for you. We don't need to end on it. All right, the Colony High School.
Drown.
From the Colony, Texas. Well, then we're going to do another one. This is their all white with a script helmet, and then it says next year we're getting white helmets.
White would look better.
White would look better. I like the helmet stripe.
Yeah. I don't like how big the script font is. I don't like how big the shoulder numbers are.
Go in, sis.
You got gold trim on the pants, but you don't have gold trim on the jersey.
If the name of your high school is 2 names, I don't know, like just the fact that it says the Colony and it's not like centered up. I don't like the shoulder numbers.
Drown.
Okay, they're at 86%. They're going to be lower. Good God.
Drown.
Holy cow. This is the whole reason I wanted to do this. Okay. All right. This is not their best look. Okay. But Jack.
No, I agree.
Jack. All right. Have you read the team's name yet?
The Corn Jerkers?
The Corn Jerkers, all right? They are the Hoopston area / Armstrong Potomac, and I looked it up. That's the actual name of the school. Okay, that's a lot.
All of that?
Yes, all right. But their, sorry, my camera's acting up. Their mascot is the Corn Jerkers. Corn Jerkers.
This boy looks like a corn jerker. Whatever that means.
This particular uniform, their away uniform right here, I'm going to give it a drown. But
yeah.
But get to their, I saw this one. I hate this one's, they got the alternate here, blue helmet, garnet jersey, garnet pant. It's got 18%. Here was what I thought was a solid look, all right?
Is this an ad?
So I think that's the maker of this jersey. Jay, this is a custom jersey. I mean, it's got to say Corn Jerkers on it. The stripe on the helmet has husk. It's corn husk.
Yeah, I was about to say the corn cob effect. I'm good with that.
That is sick. Yeah, and it's got 81%. So like we're not the only ones that thought this. Unique name, unique pant, jersey, helmet stripe from the Colonel pattern. Yeah, that's sick. Bravo.
That feels like a good one to end on, right?
That's
there,
a good one to end on. Yeah, that's the one I wanted to see. I wanted to see your reaction. So we'll give them a drip. All right, and it's about time for Team of the Week, man. This one went on. Is this our longest episode we've ever done?
Maybe. Before we do that, did you want to mention the high school blitz beta version on
our next thing? All right, I don't know. We might.
It's a work in progress.
We are working on something, y'all. Without going into too much detail, what the long-term vision is. It's a little game where you can play a little arcade-style football on our website as well, and you can try to find bugs in it. Leave us some feedback. It's a good little way to pass the time. My sons killed it. They were sitting in McDonald's waiting on their food, and I was letting them try it out and test it out, and it was like crack. They were all over that thing. So yeah, we'll get the feedback there, and there's a bigger plan coming down the line. But yeah, High School Blitz, the beta version, on our website. And yeah, it's about time for Team of the Week. Let's wrap this thing up. Our longest episode to date. If you guys hate the fact that you've been listening an hour and a half, drop a comment, let us know. We'll try to shorten it up next time. If you want longer episodes,
56, right?
Yeah, this is 56. If you want longer episodes, you can drop a comment and let us know about that too. I don't know how much later Jack's gonna be able to stay up.
Fighting demons right now.
There is an hour difference between us on time, but so Team of the Week, guys, if you're new, this is also on fourthandward.com. You can see the wheel, users and listeners submit teams. Every week we pick a team, we do a little deep dive in it, and your odds get worse by the week. There is right now
66 on the wheel.
66 schools on the wheel right now. So you got a 1 in 66 shot of being selected. And then we do a little deep dive here. As always, it's brought to you by the Gridiron Spice Company. Go to gridironspiceco.com. That link's in the show notes. Use the code 4th and Ward, the number 4, THANDWARD, to get 10% off your seasonings. And let's spin this thing. You gave this an update too, didn't you?
Oh, did I not tell you about that?
This looks clean too.
Who we got?
Rome High School. Is this Rome, Georgia?
I believe so. That is, yes, the Wolves in Rome, Georgia.
The Wolves in Rome, Georgia. All right, so we're getting back up in there. I believe this is the North Georgia kind of area.
We are
11-3. Holy cow.
7-0 in Region 5, 5A in Georgia.
What a year for the Rome.
I mean, they smoked everybody until they ran into Gainesville.
Gainesville, they had that coach that just went to Colorado, didn't they?
Was that state? 1, 2, 3. That would have been 4th round.
But you know, that Gainesville school, like, they had like a big brawl or something. And like players were going to like have to sit. There was some, that might get forfeited. Hey, Thomas County Central, is that not where all those drip or drown uniforms were from?
Maybe, but I was looking at Gainesville. Yeah, no. And then Gainesville definitely they appealed some decision for suspensions of players, and it was a whole thing. And
Yeah.
then they, I think they won the appeal. I don't know. It was a whole mess. And then the coach left for Colorado,
Yeah, he
so
did.
he's up there with Coach Dion now.
Coach Prime. But
But
yeah,
that's a
solid.
heck of a season.
Yeah, it's a great year. Great year. Let's check out. So, what is this 5A? Because that Gainesville school is pretty big. Pretty sure.
Yeah, this is 5A Georgia, which is probably
Okay.
pretty substantial.
All right, so let's
All right.
see. Let's see some
Interesting.
drip or drown on these uniforms. They got gold tops, red jerseys, gold pants. Gold pants are interesting in high school. I feel like you don't see that much. I don't like the stripes on the shoulders.
I don't either.
Do they not use a logo on the helmet either?
Doesn't look like it.
That wolf logo, the wolf logo would be fine. Oh, see the black. Okay, well, hold on. These are different. These must be the new one. This is 2021.
Yeah, and this
Oh, no.
2022.
They took a step back?
Now they have a logo. 2021 has a. What are we doing, guys? How many uniforms do y'all have?
Do they get new uniforms every year?
Let me specify here. 23.
Here, look at that top right over there, Jack. It says 2025.
2025.
No. The helmet stripe I like. Okay. The decals on the side of the helmet. I'm going to try not to be critical. This is our team of the week. Okay. I like the helmet stripes. They did match the shoulder stripes to the helmet stripe, though, Jack. They took a page out of yours. I don't mind.
Didn't.
It's red.
It's a white center stripe, gold center stripe.
Never mind.
They tried.
I'm trying here. Trying to save them.
What's going on with this logo? That looks like a picture. Like they didn't.
What was wrong with their? That's not even the same logo that's not the same logo that's on their Max Preps page, right?
Did the kids vote on this?
Like, look at that Wolves logo right there to the left.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's a cool logo. Like, we'll just put that on the helmet. It looks like they have like a throwback kind of wolf logo.
Yeah, I don't. Now, I will say the black jerseys, I don't mind. I think this is where you go gold pants and you clean up that helmet a little bit.
I would just put Rome on the helmet. Like, just have Rome on the helmet. Like the Jets kind of do.
And what does Newberry do? Newberry Wolves.
Newberry's the Wolves. I think they just do.
They have a.
Well, they had that N logo.
The N, yeah.
That I didn't care for that logo, but
no.
Well, good thing they're really good at football. All right, so
I bet their stadium is insane.
I bet it looks pretty good too. Let's check this out before we call it a night. Ooh, okay.
Interesting.
They do graduations at the football stadium. That's a classic. Oh, now, hey, let's check out that press box right there. It's a pretty nice little setup they got.
Holy crap.
Oh, they have a multi-purpose building. It looks like a little turf space, about 30 yards of turf, it looks like. The homestands are pretty big. Like they go...
Look who it is.
They go 25 to 25. Oh my gosh, Texas Bob is back through StadiumConnections.com. He has Rome's football stadium, Barron Stadium. Leave it up to Texas Bob, man. We're going to have to get him back on. Good eye there.
Oh, what is it called? Barron
Stadium.
It honestly looks older, man. Maybe it's a historical kind of thing.
That sign that hangs above the press box is... I feel like it's there for a reason. I mean, yeah, it looks...
They load that thing up,
That thing is packed out right there. Holy cow, they're getting after it in Rome, Georgia.
Let me check one thing.
I mean, this is like...
I just want to take my guy for a walk here. So they might be planning something here because they got a crane.
Yeah, they are building. They got a Jumbotron, too.
Honestly, to be Georgia... And again, maybe it's like a historical stadium. I don't know. I was expecting more. I mean, that thing is sweet.
Yeah, Jumbotron's nice.
But yeah, that's interesting.
So 56 team of the week. Well, hold on now. What's that building down there? Is that just like office buildings?
Looks like yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a heck of a
I was
sponsorship.
about to say that's part of the school. Holy cow! All right. Anyway, episode 56 team of the week, the Rome Wolves. They are getting after it on the gridiron. 11 wins this past season. Maybe they can tinker with their uniforms a little bit. Looks like they get new uniforms every year, so maybe they can make some adjustments.
Tell them to call me if you need some help.
Yeah. And if you don't believe us, put it on dripordown.com. Like, let the people decide how it really looks. But anyway, guys, thanks for sticking with us. Hour and a half. This one was a doozy. Jack, appreciate you staying up. Try to get some sleep. And y'all go check out fourthandward.com. All the links are in the show notes. And interact with us. Drop comments. Let us know how we're doing. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Stay gold.
You locked in now with the fourth and wall. Fourth and wall. Adam, Jay.